Hi guys, thanks for stopping by my channel. Today I'm going to teach you how to make planner journal stickers. So these stickers are a little bit different than your vinyl stickers. These are like a paper sticker that are great for writing on, making notes if you make mistakes, or if you just don't like drawing graphics but you still like coloring things in. These are the stickers that are going to be perfect for you. I am going to be using my Cricut. You don't necessarily need a Cricut for this. If you want to get more detailed with your cuts and have die cut stickers, then I do recommend getting a Cricut. I love my Cricut. It changed my life. But if you don't have a Cricut, don't want to get a Cricut, you can definitely still make these. You just will have to cut them out by hand. But I can't wait to show you how I make these and what you can do with them in your planner. Let's get started. To design stickers, I really like using Canva. I do have the pro version, but I will show you some tips and tricks if you only have the free version. Also, I made and designed all of these sticker sheets, and they are available to you free of charge on my Ko-fi. So you just go over to my Ko-fi and you can download them. And if you feel like leaving a tip, it'd be much appreciated. However, don't feel obligated. And if you do use any of my sticker sheets and you post about it on social media, I would just love a shout out. Tag me at A Spark of Sam. So I'm going to start with a blank page, and I like to start by changing the background color to anything but white. I like using white colored offsets on my designs. So in order to be able to see that, I like to change the background color, and this will help for future things down the road. So I grabbed a square shape and I changed it to white. I'm then going to adjust it to a different size. I ended up changing the size of this and ended up doing like 1.5 inches, but that's really up to you on the sizing that you want. I just decided I wanted smaller stickers, but I wanted to do like a 5-star rating, and I found a design that already had 5 stars, and then I'm just going to adjust the sizing to where I find appropriate. Also, I am designing on an 8.5 by 11 canvas just because that's the size I plan on printing on. Cricut is a little bit smaller, but it adjusts the sizing for you once you upload. So once I found the graphics and I kind of center it a little bit better and then group it, you can just multiply this. So you can do one sticker like this, you can do a bunch of stickers. When I'm making stickers, I just try to fill the area as much as possible, but do keep in mind printing borders as well as Cricut Design Space area. I also don't like having my graphics touch each other. I just like to have a little bit of space, but you don't need to have a ton of space because that's just going to waste your sticker paper. Now, if you have a graphic that is showing the background through it, you can just take a square or whatever, like we did with the stars, and put it behind and just size it to whatever is appropriate. And if you aren't using a Cricut for these stickers, I do recommend doing more like straight cuts instead of die cuts where it goes around the edging, because it'll just be easier, and they're still cute. I think they still work for your planner, especially if you're just getting starting out in sticker making and journaling. Now, if you want to do a cute graphic like this book stack on here, this is where you would resize it to whatever you want. Then I like to go, instead of borders, I like to go to edit, and then I go to shadows and I go to outline. I then change the outline border to white, and then I also will put it up to about like 50-ish thickness, but that's really up to you. Now, you don't have to do an offset at all. I just like it better than what is uploaded. I don't know why. Like when I think stickers, I think of like a little offset, but you don't have to do that either. If you are cutting these out by hand and not using a Cricut, you will want to change the background to white. So I don't have a full sheet, so I was just going to use this as an example, but when it's time to save your projects, you're going to go up to share. Once you click share, you're going to go to download. Now I am picking what pages I want. If you just want all the pages, then you don't have to worry about this, but I'm gonna unclick the one we just worked on because I don't want to download that since it's only like half a sheet, which you can do. You can it's completely up to you. And then if you have the pro version, you're going to click on the transparent background, and then you're going to decide what pixels you want. I did up the pixels on this one, and then you are going to download. Once you are on Cricut Design Space, you are going to upload then your graphics. So you're going to go find your recent downloads and upload them. I'm just going to do one sheet at a time. I'm going to show you these little like opinion little circle sheet. And because you did a transparent background, you shouldn't have to touch any of this when you upload. I will show you how to do it if you weren't able to. So just hold on tight if you don't have the pro version, because you would just then click and select. But this is looking good how we want it. And then you want to upload it as a flat graphic. You can see how that one looks the best. You don't want to do multi-layers or anything, just a flat graphic. And then from there, you can put in all your tags and keywords so that you can search it later on when you're looking for it in your upload. Now, if you don't have the pro version, I recommend changing the background color to something very contrasting from your stickers. So I have the white outline, so I'm going to do like a darker blue. And then when you go to download it, don't worry about the transparent background, just download it regularly like I showed you before. You're just going to have a dark background. So download it, and then once you upload it to Cricut Design Space, it's going to be just like before. You're going to browse for it, upload it, and you can see it just has a dark background instead of being plain. You're going to continue from there, and then once you're at this, when you're on the select tool, you should be able to click on that background, and hopefully it gets rid of all of the background. If you need to touch up details, you can use the erase option, and then you're going to proceed with a flat graphic. So it's pretty much the same, just slightly different if you don't have the pro version. So once you go to add it to your project, it will show you this little red warning saying it's too big. For whatever reason, it'll just upload to whatever size. And I just clicked the auto resize. This is just a feature that they have now on the Print Then Cut, where it'll just make it fit for you. So I clicked on that, and then now we are going to go to Make. So you're going to have to load your printer with this sticker paper. I get it from Amazon. It has 45 sheets. I know, so random, but it's really affordable, and I like that it has a yellow side and a white side. So depending on your printer, you're going to load it to the white side as where it prints on. So it really depends on your printer. I have an Epson EcoTank. I have everything linked below. I really recommend it. So once you have your printer filled with the paper, depending on however many sheets you plan on printing, you're then going to go back to Design Space and just make sure everything looks good. It should be good. If you can want to move it around a little bit, you can, but if you designed on 8.5 by 11, it should be fine. You're then going to do Send to Printer and make sure your Cricut is also connected. I had to make sure mine was on. And then we're going to go to Send to Printer. It's going to give you this little sensor marks, and then I keep Add Bleed on, and I also need to switch my printer. I got a new one. Like I said, I have my Epson EcoTank, and I like to add bleed. I think it's just more accurate, but you don't have to. You can use System Dialog if you're printing like nicer looking stickers, and you can change settings, but I just keep it at what it is. And then I'm verifying all the stuff. They have a lot of steps on there. You can read through it if you want. And from there, you are going to print your sheet. For cut settings, I actually like this new one that they have. I type in stickers when you go to more materials, and the sticker paper removable has been my new favorite for this sticker paper from Amazon. So I click on that. When you load your printed sheet, you are going to want to load it on how it looks orientation wise on the print preview on Design Space. So mine, you want to make sure it's like the right side up, and then you're going to line it in the corners. I like using the blue mat. It's a light grip mat. It works great for these. And then I'm just gonna load it into my Cricut. And once it's loaded and ready to go, you're gonna hit your little Cricut cut button when it's flashing. And from there, it is going to test to make sure you have the right blade. It's going to look for those sensor marks. It's going to take a little bit to get going, but that's one of the things I really like about the sticker paper is it's just like a copy paper sticker paper. So you don't have to worry about the shiny finish with the sensor marks. I have never had an issue. If you are having an issue with it reading your registration marks, it could be a printer issue. It could also be you have too much light. So if your Cricut's by a window, so that might be a couple of things to troubleshoot because you see how it's like seeing the light to read the registration marks. But otherwise, I've never had an issue and it should be good to go. So it's going to take a hot minute. We're going to jump forward and it's going to cut everything out. Once you have it unloaded, I like to flip my mat over and curl my mat versus curling the paper off. That way it doesn't curl your paper. And you can see they are all cut out. Now, if you're having issues with cutting, you might want to change your blade. Also, if your offsets aren't perfect when it cuts, you might need to recalibrate. Cricut will walk you through that. What you should be able to do is grab the corner and completely peel that sheet off. Like, you don't have to. I don't know. I just find it so satisfying. And if you don't have a Cricut, then I'm sorry that you watched like a good chunk of this, but all you do is literally just print it off and then cut them out by hand. I love it because obviously I don't think I could ever cut circles that well. But if you're just doing basic stuff like these rectangles, you can totally cut them out by hand and you don't need a machine to do it. I plan on filling these in. I had some mess ups on this, and that's where you can just put a sticker on it. But I think these are so fun. Like I said, because they are like copy paper, you can color on them. I also love using the Sharpie pen to write with. And for coloring in my journals, I love the Pilot Friction highlighters. So they're erasable highlighters. So if you mess up, you just rub them with the end of them. And I love them. I have everything linked below: my journal, the sticker paper, literally everything from this video you can find on Amazon and is linked below. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave a comment to let me know if you watched it all the way through. I truly appreciate your love and support. See you next time, guys. Bye.